This video is about the difference between an intense, focused, deep thinker and what they would have you believe that I am, which is somebody who is less than intense. It's insane. Anyone who truly understands the warriors of old from the Igbo tribe knows that I am from this warrior family and that I am naturally intense. I don't naturally wear glasses. They have fueled me and drugged me to keep you from seeing me for who I actually am. And it's more frustrating than you can imagine. So now that I've clarified that in your fucking mind and in reality, we can proceed to talk about the sniveling LGBT ideas of love, which are forced on society. I'm not a Republican or a conservative. Not a Democrat. I think the animals that they chose speak for themselves. I think the society that does sissy versions of martial arts, with all due respect, speaks for itself. Look carefully at this picture and go back to it if you have to. As I described to you, what this guy and these people, notice that they're different races from what I gather, maybe white, Jew, and black, what they would describe as love. The 6 forms of Greek love. I am heterosexual. They're trying to make it so I talk with a lisp. If you don't think that with all the drugs that they have floating around the world, you know, all the things I had to take from my eyes, the special glasses I have to wear, you know, that they don't have the power to change speech patterns in a way that makes people seem gay, you're a fucking idiot. You probably believe that these forms of quote-unquote love are actually love. Just like live is evil backwards, right? Love is evil backwards with interchangeable vowels. Evolve in what way? In the LGBT technology as forms of dominating people rather than the natural spirit of marshaling for God. It pisses me off more than I can express and more than you can imagine. Let's start off with the closest thing to actual love between a man and a woman on this whole list. Eros. Love mostly of the sexual passion. Think about the Goths. Think about the Huns. Think about the Mongols. Think about the Norse groups of people having sex in a bar, right, in front of their friends, right? Sexual passion. Is that love? Is something more like that than the love between a heroic martial arts prince in the true grace of God's intensity and his completely submissive and receptive queen? Is that anywhere near that? No, it is closer to having sex with a prostitute at a frat party while your friends are filming and cheering you on. This culture is so sick that they consider eros love. It gets worse. Pay close attention. Love mostly of the sexual passion. This is like a rapist's love, lust when you really think about it. Modern Greek erotos means intimate love. Plato refined his own definition, said to lead an appreciation of the beauty within that person or beauty in general. Okay? He says that erotic desire leads to appreciating beauty or beauty within in general. I disagree. I completely disagree. I know for a fact he is wrong. I have, in my younger days, experienced erotic desire. I have talked to thousands and thousands of women. I used to argue that true love begins with a true fiery passion. There's something about that person. It's a true fiery passion. Okay, it's being ignited at certain rates, depending on how fast you think and figure things out. If somebody is stabbing you in the back ever so slightly, if you think fast, you're like, hey, that's a knife in my back and it's probably shaped like this, you're going to figure it out. It's the same thing with love. Why wouldn't it be? Scientifically, logically, reasonably, think about it. Reason it. And don't confuse the ideas that the West are superimposing on these words, but true reason, true logic. Plato has Socrates argue that eros helps the soul remember. Remember what? It's a demonic nature, right? But they actually use the word beauty. To them, demonic ideas are beautiful. A rapist stealing attractive women from an island and and forcing her to have his kids would call his kids beautiful when they have a demonic face. The face of God, the presence of God? No. The face of evil and ill-gotten gains. I can't stress that enough. God hates evil superimposed on attractive women through breeding first and foremost. He hates it. Okay? It's hard for me to change these people. In fact, that's why nobody follows me. Because they are eros, LGBT Greek, with all due respect to that community, bitch. That's why. My goodness. You see, it's focused. It's directed. Okay? It's not Tasmanian devil humping a scared little girl and then calling the tail spawn beautiful. That is not love. That is not beauty. It's sad. It is heartbreaking that I have to explain this. Let's also think in terms of dating parallels. They talk about time, compatibility, right? We're compatible. They're basically both bitch, right? Love, right? What they define as love? Eros. She's great and bad. The kids love her, ... This is bitch shit. Can you believe people actually live their life this way? Not only that, they put it before God and don't submit to the martial art order for this nonsense? Can you believe that? Look around. You. Family approval. My parents love her. Your parents are probably bitch too then. Let's move on to... Okay, so Plato also argues that physical attraction is not necessary. You can plug a kid, plug a fat lady. You'll help the soul remember. Moving on. Okay, you can look up these words yourself if you don't believe me. Agape. Love, especially charity. The love of God for man and of man for God. You see how they initially define it? It makes sense. But now look at the twist. This is honor. This is dedication. Every word that matters first and foremost is twisted by Western culture. Love, especially charity, the love of God for man and of man for God. It was used in ancient texts to refer to the love of children and the love of a spouse. Don't you see why people are putting their children and their spouses before God? Because the people from the Middle East on chariots, right, who migrated through Crete, after clashing with Egypt, and then would come back later, okay, and with Cleopatra, the Ptolemies and them, okay, these people, okay, taught them to put their children before God and the martial arts order. That's why this is happening. These are sickos on technology, right? Chariots, who are reacting to the natural martial arts order in a very immature, cowardly, despicable, and evil manner. Among other things, other despicable, pitiful things. Sensibility, right? I'm particularly sensitive to the pitiful. And this is pitiful. It was used in ancient texts to refer to the love of children and the love of a spouse. How can you compare that to the love that God has for man? That's part of the difference between me and them. God loves us more intensely than these people outside of the divine martial arts order love their kids. Only by conveying God's love can they truly love their kids. True love comes from God. God is love. This is the idea of a bunch of sickos who pederastry Greeks and so on, and Babylonian garbage. How could anyone miss that? How could anyone for one moment not know for sure that I'm right? Okay, I want to go on and on. Let's just get through this, and then if I have time, I'll weigh in. Okay. Christians use it to refer to the love of God for his children. Thomas Aquinas said, to will the good of another. Eros is e-rays, play on words. Agape, A-gap-E. What's the difference between the A, the alpha love of God, and the Ebert love? Well, Thomas Aquinas, an interesting guy, I do not agree with his definition of love. Okay, he has defined it in this kind of lukewarm term, which is more of Yahwehism. Look up Yahwism. Look up elephantine and the elephantine papyri. Okay, this is an animal feel-good kind of love, but we'll get to that. This is not just my assertion. Think about an animal that risks its life to save its kid. It jumps into cold water to rescue its kid. Okay, freezing cold temperatures. This is a deeper kind of animal love, but it is not the love of God in a truly evolved, civilized man. So we move on to Storge. S-T-O-R-G-E. Tenderness, love, affection, especially of parents and children. You see how there's degrees of this? All humans for young animals that are cute is also how it's referred. All humans for young animals that are cute. So the tenderness you have for your children and the love for animals that are cute. Okay, that's cute. I love this animal. Am I going to jump into the fucking water and risk my life to save it? Almost certainly not. Because that is the agape for the parents of animals for their offspring. And Storge is this, oh, he's cute. Oh, look at him, so cute, right? This is also referred to for country, sports teams, and even enduring a tyrant. You see why it's a globalist society, people? Because this country is based on this Western culture that lacks true love. And, okay, they have compared it to the love of an animal that is cute. And of course, you see this on the left in its versions, and you see it on the right in its versions, where the right emphasizes the agape and the left emphasizes the storge. For the most part. Okay, so storge is a play on words for storge. Now, in more than one place, I've seen G referred to as earth. Ki and G as the earth. And also, when I was looking into, I believe it was Astarte as the son, as the daughter of G, the earth, and the sky. Okay, and they brought up Uranus and so on, and I've connected that to Anu, right? Uranus is right there, Anus. Your Anus, your Anus, your Anu. Right, the sky god of Sumer, which we get the Anunnaki. Okay. So pragma, the model that two people demonstrate during a lengthy marriage. Right, this goes back to enlightenment. I always bring these up in my videos. Pragmatism, rationalism, realism, and functionalism. Right, these as Western concepts and interpretations of the word. Okay, these words. Most of the time, so let me shoot through this. Pragma, pray or pray. You know, pray or pray on. G, may. M, \A, right? A-G, erp. Erp meaning wine. It's not a coincidence. You know, these guys who brought the mysteries there, you know, also had, you know, clash with Egypt. And as Hyksos, they would invade Egypt. And as the followers of Set, they would thoroughly twist what's left of Egyptian mythology. And Set in the Bible replaced Abel. And there's, you know, Set is said to have Astarte and so on and so forth. There's strong parallels between Astarte. I don't have time to go into that. And no, there's strong evidence that they're actually referring to the Astartes and Yahweh's sex cult when they're talking about the Bible. And Circe and so on, they're connected. Circe, Astarte, Venus, Ishtar, and Aseroth, connected. Okay. Philautia, love of oneself. Philos plus auto plus IA. Right. Phil A-I to E. Right. Make a long story short, it can't be done. People have bred away from people like me. People like me have a certain type of brain and genetic conditioning as a result of no ill-gotten gains. Okay. That has to be male to the female receiving it. And everyone else has to be in the divine order and the resulting culture to cultivate it. Once they get rid of me, it's gone. Philia, okay, affectionate regard, friendship between equals. A dispassionate, virtuous love. A dispassionate. So it's like, I'm going to be with this person for virtue. He's a great person. I'm going to be with him as a matter of principle. Notice, and this is the last kind. This is democratizing what true love is. True love allows for a degree of all these things in their truest and pure form. Now, when we look at this was argued by Aristotle in Nicomachean Ethics. Loyalty to friends, brotherly love, family, community is what they're arguing. Okay, they're throwing in the same category, and they say you need virtue, equality, and familiarity. Right? People aren't equal. Great men are better than men who are not great.